What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be swapping a 1995 Chevy Silverado with the E-Rod crate motor LS3. Let's get into today's video. So here we got a 95 Chevy Silverado. Has a custom fade paint job on it, clean, you know. The only thing I think I can say is it's in a heavy need of a new motor. As you can see, look at all that space in there. Why? Because it's a 6-cylinder. So we're gonna be getting rid of this puppy. It runs and drives now. We're gonna take this out and go ahead and swap a new LS3 with the automatic 6-speed transmission. We're gonna be having everything that we need to swap everything over: motor mounts, tranny mounts, all the wiring that we need, fuel system upgrade, all the accessories that we're gonna need to run. We're gonna be plugging in the AC, making sure everything works, cooling system, and that's where all this comes into play. Big old crate motor in there, transmission, wiring, headers, wiring, everything, you name it, it's in there. We'll be unboxing that, but we'll start by taking everything apart so we can pull this motor out, and then we'll see how much room we got and what we got to do. So Mr. Samuel already got everything off, pulled the motor mount, harness, wiring stuff, transmission. Obviously there's still stuff missing because it's still hanging up. Come on Samuel, get it together.
Got one wire.
One wire left, and we'll be pulling this thing out of here. Oh, game good or no?
Always.
Pull it out?
I'll pull it out. I'll leave it tomorrow.
Pull that game is strong.
Which one? Hey, come on. You're as bad as him. Hey, that's why you work on the south side. You know what I mean?
Keep going, brother. Keep going.
Pull it.
Pull that egg.
Don't fuck the egg. Now, what are you doing to jack quit? What are you doing in case of fallout?
Nothing. Let it drop.
Put it back in and keep on going. Pull it out.
Come on, old man.
Pull it. Pull it.
Lift it, lift it. Come on.
Ah, hang on.
That's the highest of fucking, that's it. It's maxed out.
That's it.
It's maxed.
Uh-huh.
Pull it out.
Oh, yeah.
Pull it out.
She's a leaker.
Pull it out. Just like that beaver.
We got a bleeder. Alright guys, here's a little update on the Silverado LS3 E-Rod motor. We went ahead and already sat the motor inside with the motor mounts where everything goes. As you can see, there's a lot of space, and you would think such a big engine bay, but this motor is meant to sit further back against the firewall, and that's where the motor mounts are. I mean, so that's the location where they're gonna sit. The one thing that we can't really do right now is that we were originally gonna use all the factory accessories, but you can't, because as you see, the motor sits so low. AC compressor wouldn't fit down there, alternator wouldn't fit up there. So we had to buy a whole front drive system that I'll show you guys. It's all chrome, billet, aluminum. It's gonna replace all the unit, and it's gonna look really nice and get the job done. So Sam, take it away.
You, fucker, get out of here with that camera.
See, that means he loves us and he loves what he's doing here. He's so excited. All right, then now that's in there, you can kind of see a little bit more. Being that the motor mounts are right there, there's really not a lot of space. So that front drive system is definitely gonna help and make this go a lot smoother. Here's some of the components. We have the water pump, which is all chrome, billet out. That's meant to fit in the system. All the accessory drive, pulleys, tensioner, everything we need. Got the harmonic balancer here. We had to take the original water pump off, as you can see, because we're replacing with the new unit. Got the power steering unit here, AC compressor in here. So pretty much when we're done, got a good picture here, would be something like that. All chromed out billet, components, everything brand new, everything high mounted to kind of give us the clearance. We went ahead and also went with new aluminum radiator and electric fans that we're going to be having. That is the original one. It's not gonna be no bueno. It's not gonna work. It's only a 1 row. We got a 3 row. So all in all, we have all the components. We're gonna go ahead and fit everything underneath too, so you guys can see the progress. Is we went ahead and fit everything. Sam had to modify the exhaust hangers to kind of give us the clearance around the frames. Same with this side, it's pretty close, but headers are in, the cats, the original cats, are gonna be going in there, and then from there we can do the exhaust for the back. We had to shorten the drive line, so we sent that out to get done, and we're moving right along. So once this is all fitted, we're gonna go ahead and pull it back out and get the engine bay painted, make it all nice, drop everything back in, fire it, hopefully do a lot of burnouts, get a lot of smoke coming out of that thing. So it's never seen that much power, so customers should be happy. Here's a little update on the front drive system that we're putting on the LS3. As you can see, everything's already fitting really nice. A little tight, but you know, she's like Sam says, she's tight like a virgin. So everything's gonna look tight. Everything's fitting real nice.
Nigga, what the fuck?
These are high gloss, polished, billet, aluminum pieces. So that's pretty much this side. We still have another pulley, the other bracket to put on, and then one chrome pulley and all that. The same with, I believe, the alternator. So everything is chrome, billet, serpentine style. You can see here. So everything's looking good. So keep going, finish this out. And voila! Woo! Look at how nice that kit looks on there. Everything fits real nice. Gives us the clearance that we need there. So now we can go ahead and finish, like, kind of prepping, seeing where everything's gonna go. We'll go ahead and pull this out, finish painting the engine bay, and then we'll get her all pretty and put her in. All right, guys, here's a little update on the engine bay for the Silverado. Pretty much got everything all primered up. The guy's been working on it, sanding away, making sure everything looks good. They're gonna go ahead, after it's primered now, they're gonna sand it, get it prepped out, get it ready for paint, put it in the boot so we can paint it. It's gonna go a silver like the body of the truck. We already went ahead and painted everything down here black. So once we get this all prepped on the boot, that's the next step, and we'll get this shot. All right, guys, so we got the Silverado in the paint booth so we can paint the engine bay, make sure everything comes out good, so then we can drop the LS3 motor in there, show you guys what we got. So we went ahead and did all the primer and body work on the firewall. We shaved, cleaned everything up, fender wells. If you remember, these were all black, so we sanded them, got them ready so we could paint the silver. Same with the cowl up there. So Richard's mixing up paint, ready to shoot, and let Richard go to town on this engine bay.
Alright guys, so we're gonna pull this Chevy truck. This truck is getting an LS3, and we're gonna pull this thing out, and we're gonna go ahead and pull in the EK so I can go ahead and shoot the bay 2 nights. Let that dry a couple days before we stick the other sucker right in. This thing's pretty cool. It's a early 90s OBS Chevy truck. It's a 93, so it's a 93 GMC Sierra Silverado, same thing. And with throwing LS3, this thing's gonna be pretty sick, super sleeper.
All right, guys, Richard finished painting the engine bay. It came out great. It's gonna look so good with the new motor in there. Obviously, we had the heat lamps on there to kind of get everything nice and cured, infrared, so she'll be ready to come out. We go ahead and pull her out, situate her in the bay. All right, guys, after the engine bay got painted, Sam already went ahead and dropped the motor back in it. One thing we're gonna start, as you see these massive piles of wiring, is all the connections for all the injectors, coil packs. It has its own fuse box we have to mount here. The computer's gonna be mounted inside the engine bay as well. Pretty much all the O2 sensors, you name it, all the stuff that has to go inside, which is like for the pedal. It goes on and on. Just all the stuff that goes for this connection, the tranny, all that stuff. We're gonna go ahead and start wiring that up. Also, one thing we just got in today, which is very crucial, is the gauge cluster. There's a company called New Vintage USA. Normally we would go with Digital Dakota, but the issue they're having is with the chip shortage or something. They're taking about 40 weeks to get these gauges built. One thing, obviously, they're busy. That's a good thing, but obviously we need to get it sooner than later. So we went with this company. It's pretty cool. Everything goes. They have their own bezel that goes inside the dash cluster. They have a LS conversion. You need to wire up, I believe, the fuel and the oil pressure. Keep the original senders there, but put their own senders into these. But these are really nice. Nice, has almost like a, you can see like a carbon fiber backed with blue orange needles. I think it's going to complement the truck really nice. Pretty much this is like the stock setup. As you can see, we're gonna go ahead and remove all this, take this out, pull it out, and it's gonna go in its place. It's gonna show where the indicator is, all that stuff. So I think it's gonna be a nice clean setup. So we'll go ahead and unbox this stuff, wire up the sensors that need to be put onto the car, and once we get the car started, then we should be showing all the goodies on that. So let's do it. Sam, tell me that this is easy for you.
Oh, hell no. I didn't even start this sucker.
But this is nothing for you. This is something that you love wiring. You said you just got done with the quick wiring job,
excuse me.
So
hey, you don't pay me for my brain. You don't pay me for my brain.
No?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not enough there in the pocket.
Your pockets look really full, so.
Hey, that's what it ain't from you. Jeez. Greedy. Now, you want this tucked underneath this?
Yeah, as best as you can tuck it in, just so it hides everything and looks clean.
Well, you know what? Let me pop this out and lay it down in the valley there. I got enough room there.
All right, guys, you guys remember the mounds of wiring that was on top of this? Sam has reduced it to nothing. Got everything all plugged in. One of the last final steps is the computer and the bulkhead. Kind of everything pops there, and then from there it locks into place. And from there, the kind of the last piece of the puzzle, this is the wiring that's gonna go inside, which is like the pedal, OBD2, and then we still have another little wiring here that's for the transmission. So once we get that back from GM, so funny story, you would think, you know, everything would be good. We got a brand new tranny, everything from GM. We went ahead and put the torque converter. We didn't even get it onto the car itself, and it started jamming up. I called the tech line, seeing, you know, it shouldn't happen like that. It should be free spinning. So they went ahead and picked it up, and they're inspecting it. So hopefully tranny should be back here soon, so we can finish putting it in there. But pretty much got a lot of headwind in the wiring today. Sam, you crushed it. Good job. I taught him well.
Yeah.
And from there, now we're just gonna move on to the cluster and everything like that.
Didn't know how to use tweezers. Didn't know what they were for.
You didn't know how to use tweezers?
No, you know how to use tweezers on your.
And you need it for down there now. I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I feel sorry for your wife.
He doesn't have one, so I feel sorry for him, but we won't touch that. All right, guys, working on the 94 Silverado, we went ahead and pulled the original gauge cluster. This is like an original kind of like ribbon style cluster that goes on here. What's cool with this kit is that it goes in the original existing location. Sam has already pretty much installed the gauges in the housing Nuve has provided, which is all the gauges in there. You can see we got oil pressure, water temp, miles per hour, RPM, battery, all the good stuff there. So pretty much, and the indicator, which will still keep the indicator there for, you know, the automatic. So basically we have power wires here that need to be wired up, power, grounds, and all that. One thing that this kit you have to do is use their original oil pressure sender and their coolant temp. So luckily the car has a spot so we can tap that in, and we'll continue wiring this up, and then we can put it up onto the, check out how everything works. One thing that we found out is that obviously there's a part here where you can put an oil pressure, but this is not tapped. So either we have to tap it, or we could just buy this piece that has an original oil pressure bung, so we can put it in this location. But we're gonna use the same opposite location for the coolant temp that's there, but on the opposite side of the head, and we should be ready to rock and roll. All right, so Sam got some headwind on the gauge cluster. He went ahead and already separated everything that's gonna go into the existing loom, and then these are going to go out to the sensors. We went ahead and also polished up the bezel. I don't know if I probably didn't show you before, but this was all gunked up and overspray and nasty. We went ahead and gave it to H1, and he did a great job. Polished the bezel. You can see how clear and nice it is, so that'll be a nice addition when it's in the car. So tomorrow Sam will finish up on the wiring, hopefully kind of get it in. We can try to do some testing. But and here's all the leads that are going to go inside as well, that have some of the pigtails that go to the gauges. So getting some good progress on it, and hopefully we get the tranny back from the dealer so we can get it put in and finish wiring this thing up. All right, guys, so we're back on the LS3 swap truck. So as you kind of know, we had some issues with the transmission, you know, pretty brand new transmission, had some issues, send it back to GM. Shame on GM. They pretty much were like, oh no, there's, you know, it's something malfunction, blah, 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 and it's not under warranty, you have to pay again. I'm like, dude, I just bought a brand new transmission, like there's no way. So I was like, okay, go ahead and fix it. 2 months later, they still can't get parts because of the supply chain. So pulled it, took it to one of my local transmission shops. They were able to get the parts. Luckily they had them in hand, and here we are. There it was, and here it is already. So we're getting everything pretty much installed back onto the motor. So we got the new torque converter, make sure everything's good. The pump, everything got fixed on the tranny. Right now we have everything on the stand with the cross member, kind of bolting everything back up on the motor. And then from there, hopefully, then we can actually start, you know, testing things, you know, get some fuel in it, get some oil, and we can start it up, make sure gauges are working, you know, kind of go through all that troubleshoot of the motor. So I'm excited to finally get back on this thing and get it done for the customer. So we'll continue on it. I'll keep you guys posted. All right, guys, now that we got the tranny situation handled, we went ahead and put the tranny. Now we can proceed to like fix the other issues, make sure everything's connected, vacuum hoses, coolant lines. We have to, you know, go from smaller lines to different lines to reduce all the vacuum and evaporative system, because this is going to be a true legal, street legal LS3. So you're going to be a truck that's going to be having 430 horsepower, you know, stock, and it's completely legal, which is pretty awesome. So I think we have a couple things still to hook up, which is like the AC, but we want to make sure it runs, everything runs. So we're getting close to that point. We've got power to the fuse box, got everything connected on the tranny, started all that. So in a few short moments, Chino, he's my good luck charm, he's going to crank this thing over and see if this thing runs. What do you think, is gonna run or no?
Fuck yeah, kid. Fuck yeah.
I love that. I love that confidence. I love it. Pa que huele Saúl.
Pa que huele el Saúl a la verga.
What do we got here? You're a little late to work today, boy. You're a little late to work.
Hey, better late than never.
Hey, I need that car, the suspension done before you leave.
God damn, you got any sisters?
Excuse me, miss. The office is up there.
Oh, bitch.
Hey, senior parking's up front.
Senior parking.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you know it's on now.
Oh, it's on now.
It's that orange button. He turns into Iron Man.
Watch out, Sam.
Oh, fuck.
What that dick do?
It's
Still nothing.
Hey, motherfucker. Hey,
socks long enough or what?
Hey, I can be like fucking Oscar.
What are those?
He's a down ass fool,
Hey, he shows me his socks, right? Got his mom's fucking fishnet stockings with those lineups back on. And then his guy's grandfather's
Hey, he's
fucking
down.
white beater on.
You know he's
Right?
down.
Oh yeah, he's down. A little close, too close to home.
All right, so we had to pick up where you left off. I know you've
yeah.
been gone for a while. I hope I made you proud.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Mataosos has been picking up your slack, like you like to say.
Yeah, I see you
know,
fixed the fucking dipstick for the fucking.
You like that? So let's see.
Hey, you gotta stand back.
Stand back.
Take your boots and right.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect.
Close.
Like you almost knew what the fuck you were doing.
Almost, dude, that close.
Make ice cream out of horse shit.
That's right.
Hey, it hurts just like Sam's box.
All right, good morning guys. The time has come. We're gonna go for a test drive on the LS3 truck. Let's see what she can do.
She got my cut.
She got my cut. One tire fire.
All right, I'm here with Jeff, the owner of the truck. We've been working on this thing for a while and we had little hiccups here and there. We made it right, but the most thing with me is that I'm very passionate about cars and I know he wanted his truck back and I wanted to do him right. So finally got the truck finished up. He's here to pick it up. Jeff, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think.
I'm impressed. It's above and beyond what I expected. It took a while, but it was worth the wait. I will definitely be back. It's beautiful, beautiful. Runs strong. I'm gonna enjoy it. Probably go through some tires. It's a good thing.
That's part of the fun.
Right. I'm ready to go, but I will say that here at SOS, they got you covered. Let's go.
All right, everyone, that concludes today's video on this LS3 truck we built back here. Make sure you guys check out our new merch. Make sure you hit the notification buttons for new up-to-date videos, subscribe, and here at SOS Customz, we got you covered. Peace.